No, I mean, the whole essence of becoming a multi-academy trust is to bring you additional benefits to group together. And that's not just around what we do, it's around lots of things that the trust will look to acquire. The trusts are looking for benefits of managing multiple sites, economies of scale, lowering overheads and increasing skill sets within inside the trust. So it is a very different environment and a different landscape, but from an EXA perspective, what we've really had to do, probably in the same timescales as the trust is relatively a new evolving landscape, is we've had to react to the things that the trusts have asked us to do. So a lot of the things that we've developed over the last certainly 3 to 5 years have been really in response to what the multi-academy trusts are telling us what they need that's unique to them in the trust landscape. Beyond the connectivity, they're looking for us to protect them. That's what they want us to do in that landscape. So not just protect a single site, but to protect a trust. To protect the trust in the way it communicates with itself and the way that it communicates to the outside world. And if the traffic's coming to us anyway as an ISP, then we're ideally situated to carry out the content filtering for the outbound traffic. But if we're going to be routing that traffic back to the trust, we're ideally situated to clean and make sure that traffic's safe inbound to the trust. But the benefit that, again, that's kind of fallen out of that and that we've learned from is the trust wants to share resources internally. So it's very much now about us becoming a managed service provider for the services that they want across the trust. So not just the connectivity and service level within that, but they also might want the support element that we can give them. So if we were working with a single site, we'd often work with an IT support company, and we almost become an extension of that IT support company. And it's the same thing now with the multi-academy trusts. We have become an extension of their own internal IT support company, which is their own staff. So one of our larger trusts, we really do, and they see us very much as an extension of their own IT services. Some of those services that we are seeing growing in demand, having the ability to manage trust-wide antivirus that isn't just a site-by-site basis, has incredible power and value when we can assist the trust to do that. There are other things such as VoIP, and rather than having individual sites, again, this is a trust deployment. So whether it's antivirus, whether it's telephony, whether it's firewalling, these are trust-wide deployments that we can help them manage. Yes, and significantly, but not in the ways that you might traditionally think. The whole point of being a trust is to be more economically sensible, to be able to procure better, to be able to share services across themselves. So rather than just saying, I can get some cheaper bandwidth, it's a much wider issue than that the commercial benefits come from. For example, being able to streamline just the service model. Instead of having 50 people look after something, we can help a trust with 5 people look after what 50 people used to do before. So the economies are actually beyond just a connectivity pricing. There will be some benefits where you can reduce volumes in licensing fees, for example, as in some of the products that are available. But really the key driver is reducing the overhead in delivering the managed service. That's the real overhead. It's having that people count at a level that can be very efficient in managing 20, 10, 30 sites, whatever it might be. And that's where the real savings come from. So where we've worked with trusts, that's where we've actually had the honest conversation with them, is how can we assist you to be efficient, because that's why you've become a multi-academy trust. So those are where the big savings are, and we can very easily demonstrate it to the trusts very quickly. Cloud-based services is obviously the big thing, and it's the migration of these services. That's the biggest challenge that trusts are finding. So they're going from quite a fragmented model where they may have brought the schools together in name. The challenge to them now is to bring those benefits of the technology to bear. Now, cloud is really driving that. Some of that is that they may want to share those resources internally, and they look to us as a trusted advisor really to help them with that path, moving from broken down fragmented services to cloud-based, easily managed services, which is not an easy thing to do. And if you're acquiring even just 2 or 3 schools into your trust a year, that can be a big challenge because you're moving whole IT platforms. The great thing is that we've been able to work with the trust to show them what good looks like. So it almost becomes an ability with things like our VM platform where you can add and take away schools within a day. And that's had a huge benefit in overhead cost and time and pain really for the trust as a whole.